UFC 326 just ended. We got a new BMF champion in Charles Oliveira after he just dominated Max Holloway. And all I'm going to say is just how good is Ilia Topuria? I'm just kidding. Let's just get straight into it. Let's talk about this fight, the main event of the evening. Not the fight we expected, honestly, from these two motherfuckers for the BMF title, but an impressive performance from Charles Oliveira. And I picked Max Holloway in this. I thought Max's lateral movement, his in and out ability would be too much for Charles. I thought he would have better takedown defense. But yeah, 5 for 13. I thought it was. But Charles Oliveira at will basically just took Max Holloway down. And the thing that was really good with Charles early on in this fight, which I said in my predictions, I said that Charles Oliveira, the thing with him will be the body lock and getting to that via being dangerous in the feet and his pressure, being able to like make it scrappy with Max Holloway and get it uncomfortable, which is what he did. And he did very successful there. I was so tempted to pick him, but like, I don't know. I underestimated Charles. I don't think I overrated Max. I think I just underestimated Charles, how good he is. But like literally from the beginning of this fight, Max was tagging him up a little bit to start. But before Max, like Charles hit 2 strong low kicks to start this fight. 2 or 3 really strong. I was like, okay, that's great. Then Max started tagging him up a little bit. But the thing is, he did not let Max get going at all. Once Max started circling out and using his lateral movement, Charles immediately stepped on the gas, pressured him, got him against the fence, tagged him up himself, and then gets a body lock, got him down. And in the first round, I thought this was over in the first. Got him down, got top control. I think he was in side control, trying to work for a crucifix. Shit. And then he took his back for like 3 minutes. But Max Holloway did a good job defending. Oliveira got on the chin a couple times, like tried to crank the neck a few times. But not in the first round, it was nothing. And second round, I think it was the same thing. He timed the takedown. He got full guard. Yeah, threatened the same thing. It was the same thing in third round. Third round, I missed the start of the first 2 minutes because the fucking Paramount stream was down. And I heard that Charles winning in the stand-up had like a good knee, a good head kick, a good right hand, which he landed his right hand a lot on Max, which is something I said as well because Max is just open to those down the middle, those big shots. And yeah, it was just basically the round 4 and 5 were the same thing. Like, just Charles gets to pressures well, gets to the body lock, tags him up on the feet, and gets a takedown. He wasn't just like taking him down like regular. He would get the body lock and throw him. I think in the third round was the one where he had like the nice throw where it was kind of like he went over his body, but the other ones were just like you just pick him up and drop him down, dump him on his ass, and just amazing. And even at the last 10 seconds. You know, Charles Oliveira, they point down, or not the last 10 seconds. Max finally got to his feet with 20 seconds left. I don't know if that was Charles kind of like, okay, get up so we could point down. They point down. Max looked pissed. He was like, I got to take this shit. And then he gets fucking rocked in the first punch from Charles, the first person to really do that to Max in the point down. But that's how the fight went. And that's the question. We see this a lot. Even at the highest, it shows even at the highest level, these guys with unproven grappling, it's like, it's hard to pick them. We saw with Drickus a little bit. Like, unproven against a top-tier wrestler and grappler. Even though Charles isn't the most... You don't talk about him with the top-tier wrestlers, but obviously the grappling. He has a wrestling, a good amount, but not like a Hamzat or Islam. But he has a grappling. I think we keep seeing this with those high-level... Even the high-level fights with JDM, with DDP, it's like these guys who have untested grappling... Not because JDM wasn't untested because he fought Burns, he fought Bilal, and then DDP had like the Brunson fight, but it's like untested at the highest level, you know. Even though, like I said, JDM was in a title fight with the highest level. Not at the highest level because Bilal was at the highest level, but he's not the highest level in the division. It was Islam. Just like Max, the highest level isn't a fucking Ortega. I know that was at featherweight, but you come up and against a big ass dude like this, Charles and Armin, that's a high level, the highest level. If you're fighting a BSD, that's not the highest level. That's high level, but not the highest. You kind of see what I'm getting at, you know? But just an amazing performance from Charles. He was getting booed. I know there's gonna be a switch up, especially because it was for the BMF vote. We expected a crazy war, just like the JDM Islam fight, just like the DDP Hamzat fight. We expected a crazy brawl, whatever. But it wasn't that. And I can't blame these guys. Charles had the fucking crazy advantage in the grappling. You use it. Even the wrestling, like, he just got him down at will, got the body lock. And for Charles, what's next for him? Ilya's getting Gaethje at the White House, which I'll talk about that tomorrow in a video, because I'm just going on the card. Talk about that tomorrow in a video. You could Ilya Gaethje, you could get him a BSD for the BMF, but I think Max could fight a BSD. And Charles versus fucking Arman Tsarukyan. Number 1 contender fight. I think Charles versus Arman would be great. Charles might get Conor McGregor. I know they were talking about that. Even McGregor was saying that it looks like he's getting the winner of the BMF tonight at the international fight week, but I don't think that'll be good. I think Charles would beat the fuck out of McGregor, obviously, at this point. I don't think that would be wise for anybody. So, an amazing Max Holloway. What's next for him? Maybe Roofy after he beats Michael Chandler. Maybe a BSD. I think Max is still like top level, obviously. But like maybe a step ahead of the guys like a BSD, a Patty and shit. But amazing performance from Charles. A little bit unexpected. But his game plan went as I expected if he were to win. Like what he would use to win. But I didn't expect him to dominate like that. 50-45 across the board. Amazing performance. Now, onto the co-main event. Kyle Brado versus Renier de Ridder. This fight was not one-sided. It was pretty close, but it was kind of as expected. Again, we'll talk about one part that was pissed me off, but Kyle Brado was more accurate, faster, just gets to the punch quicker, better counter striker than Renier de Ridder. Renier didn't land that many knees because obviously it's easy to counter because he's slow and it's predictable. His hands are down, his chin's up. When he comes in, he's very defensively irresponsible. Kyle also landed some good low kicks early, but kind of abandoned them throughout the fight. That was round 1. RDR got to the grappling. He did get to the body lock, but Kyle Brado grabbed the fence like twice. And then the second round was more of the same. Kyle Brado grabs his cage again after he gets to it. They both look a little tired toward the end of the round, and they didn't really throw much. I thought RDR maybe would have run that round, but Kyle came out early and rocked him. I think they fucking started these rounds late, because they would just be tuning into the fight, and I hear like twice. It was round 2 and 3 when Brado landed something big. And then round 3, it was kind of, Kyle got some takedown, got some control, and it was kind of more of the same. I'm not surprised by the outcome. Obviously, I picked Kyle. It was kind of, it went as expected. I didn't think Renier de Ridder would get too much of the wrestling going or the grappling, and if it did, Kyle would hold up fine, just as he did. He would be able to counter him on the feet because RDR is sloppy and he's slow. He's like those fucking balloon things at the car washes that are like this. Like he's like a noodle. He moves like this, and every time he gets hit, he reacts like he's Muhammad Usman. Like where it's like he has such bad body language. That's not gonna win him fights. The judges scored this 30-27. I thought it was 29-28. Maybe you could have gave round 2 or 3 to RDR. I think because they were very close those rounds. I think the numbers were pretty similar. Numbers are pretty similar all rounds. Like RDR was landing good as well. Kyle Brado's defense didn't look that great. He was kind of walking forward, hands down. He landed his check right hook a lot. The 1-2 down the middle was landing. RDR landed some nice shots with his straight left down the middle. Some loopy ass hooks, but not like after that. RDR is still good. I think Kyle Brado, he's still would get beat by a DDP, an Imavov, Izzy. I think Izzy could beat him. Whitaker could give him problems, but Whitaker's out of the division. Obviously Hamza would beat him. Imavov already beat him. Fluffy, Strickland. I think he's good, but he's not like championship level in my opinion. And RDR, I never thought he was championship level. After that Robert Whitaker, I saw a lot of holes in his game. And especially the Jared Mir shot. I remember the Jared Mir shot. I was like, this guy's not anything crazy. But he did exceed my expectations after that fight. But just kind of middle of the pack. Like around ranking 6 through 12. That's where he stands, I think. So, yeah, decent fight. Nothing crazy. This one I didn't watch. I was honestly talking about the White House fights. All I saw was from this was I didn't really see much on the feet. 16 of 18 takedowns. Holy shit. All I saw was Rob Font get taken. 16 of 18 takedowns, bro. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. I didn't realize that. 16 of 18. But yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't really watch the fight that much, but Chiwiwi would just take him down, control him. Because Chiwiwi, like I said, has sticky grappling. And that's what he got to. He just got to his sticky grappling where he kind of holds you there. I didn't really see much of the fight. Like I said, I was kind of talking about the White House fight, and it was boring. This fight was boring. It was kind of gay porn. But yeah, it was whatever. It was kind of expected. I think RDR just controlled him the whole round. Didn't really do much on the feet. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I don't think Raul Rosas is that good anyways, but Rob Font is washed as well. Now, Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. Supposedly, Michael Johnson had he was told to tank this fight by some gang because they had his niece or nephew in hostage. I don't fucking know, but he looked good early. He was landing well. He had more volume. He landed bigger, I felt, early on. But he was kind of head hunting. He was going to the head. Dober was doing a good job using low kicks, body kicks, going to the body with his hands and mixing it up top. And I think that kind of, because Michael Johnson did keep reaching out, and I think that's what happened. I think he went for a hook counter on the knockout, but I think Dober kind of set it up with the body shots because he threw out his right hand and then went with the left. I don't know if that was set up with the body shots, but it kind of looked like it. Because I expected, as this fight was going on, I'm like, okay, Michael Johnson's getting knocked out because Dober was mixing it up well. He wasn't getting hit bad. Michael Johnson did land some big shots, but Dober was just, like I said, mixing it up well, going to the body and setting up to the head. I could kind of tell it was going to get to that point, and he got it done in the second round. The betting odds were weird. It was like a pick'em, or I think Michael Johnson was the favorite. Then it went to a pick'em. Then it went to Dober is the favorite. Michael Johnson's like a minus or plus 150, 180 favor underdog. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but it wasn't unexpected because I thought Michael Johnson would either get this done early or as the fight goes on longer, it favors Drew Dober, and that's what happened. So Dober gets a knockout win. Good for him. Good performance. Michael Johnson looked good until he didn't. So regular. Next up, RoboCop versus Bruno Ferreira. Opening up this card was pretty good. It was only a minute 47. So faster than the time before. Then they only landed 2 strikes apiece. Sheesh. Yeah, so these guys it was only a minute 47, but they came out very, very hesitant. And it was kind of flipped from the first fight. The first fight was RoboCop under pressure, Bruno Ferreira on the back foot, kind of circling around. It was opposite here. They were both very patient, throwing a lot of feints. I think RoboCop went to like a body kick a couple times, and it was kind of the same. I expected the same outcome as the first fight, but for Bruno Ferreira. But patient RoboCop did a very good job. He did very good. Stayed patient on the back foot, waited for Bruno Ferreira to come in, just like he did in the first fight, and he lands a nice right hand right on the chin, sits him down, one shot, one hitter quitter, and that was it. Just like the fight. Then he got his revenge in the perfect way. He kind of landed a similar shot. And it was in way less time. Like, not way less, like 3 minutes less time. But he gets his redemption, he gets his revenge, and I think he gets a good step up after this. So I'm excited for RoboCop. I really like RoboCop. I did pick against him. But yeah, Vanna Obama gets it done to start off the main card. And there's not much to it. It was a minute 47 second fight. So now on to the prelims. Cody Garbrandt versus Long Zhao. Long Zhao, I thought, won this fight. Because in the first round, okay, Long Zhao landed a head kick early on. They landed a couple more big shots. He landed, I think he tripled the strike count, like 15-5 or something like that. It might have been. Yeah, if you look at the site, it's 70-26, and the 6 strikes are 59-28 or 28. I thought that was 26. My bad. Oops, I have glasses. I can't see. Cody Garbrandt did land a big elbow off for the break, I think, of a clinch, and did sit Long Zhao down like quick. It was like trying to just bounce up. So maybe they did give that round. 2 judges gave that round to Cody Garbrandt, which I kind of disagreed with. I thought Long Zhao won that. Then round 2, not much happened. But Long Zhao landed more, was a more active fighter. Like, let's look at the strikes, actually. I forgot they're here. So, doubled him. They didn't even count it as a knockdown. So, that's surprising. Very surprising. So, he doubled him in strikes here, but still got the round on 2 judges' scorecards. Then tripled him in strikes in the second round. I think he got that on all judges' scorecards. And in round 3, I was outstruck by 7, and neither of them landed anything big. So I thought that was Long Zhao's round. I thought it was 30-27. But of course, Long Zhao got 2 points taken because he tried to fucking destroy Cody Garbrandt's bloodline and just nuke his nuts with kicks or whatever. Cody Garbrandt was throwing up. Herb Dean takes 2 points, but it was funny in the Cal Barolo fight, he didn't take a point for 3 fence grabs. And he was the same ref. So I thought Long Zhao won this 28-27. He was a more active fighter. Neither of them landed anything crazy after the first round. But Cody Garbrandt gets it, the unanimous decision, 28-27 on his side. 2 judges gave him the first round. One judge, and the judge that didn't give him the first round gave him the third round. So it was like 10-9, 10-9 on the 2 judges. Or no, 10-9, 9-10, and then 10-7. Or no, fuck, shut up. Whatever. No, just 28-27. Fuck. Disregard that. Actually, no, let's do it again. So first round on those 2 judges' scorecards. So it was 10-9 Cody Garbrandt. Then it was 10-9 Long Zhao. So it's 19-19. And then it was 9-8 Cody Garbrandt. So that makes it 28-27 because of 2-point deduction because they gave Long Zhao that last round. For the other judge, it was 10-9, 10-9 Long Zhao the first 2 rounds. So 2018. And the last round was a 10-7 because of the point deduction, and they gave Cody that round. So it was 28-27. It was like that. I don't agree with that, but I thought Cody lost his fight, like clearly. Then Dante Johnson gets the split decision win over Cody Brundage. Yeah. So the first round, Cody Brundage got the takedown, I'm pretty sure, and controlled most of this fight. I think it was his round. I think that was his round, that first round. I think Johnson in the second round, I think, got a takedown himself, landed some ground and pound and outstruck, and then they were both landing on the feet in the third round. They were both whiffing a lot. Brundage landed more, I thought. So Dante Johnson won this fight. I thought he won. I think he won rounds 2 and 3, but 1 was Cody Brundage, 3 was a toss-up, but I give it to Johnson. Johnson's gonna get chinned his next fight though. He looked really weird. His stance was like his legs were straight. His legs were straight, and he was standing straight up. His knees weren't bent at all, and he's he looked really, really weird. He was another person on this card that reacted very weird to strikes. I think he's gonna get chinned his next fight. Cody Brundage stepped up on short notice, and you couldn't really get him out there. You had a hard time with him. Cody Brundage is a tough test for anybody. Like Cam Rawson had his moments where he looked meh, but I'm not that high on him either. But Dante Johnson looked very bad, and his stance was terrible. His defense was terrible. It was disgusting. He's going to get chinned if he gets a decent striker with some decent power. Then we have Ricky Tercios versus Ilia Opturo. Ilia Opturo gets a second round submission. That was the only perfect pick I had on this card. So Tercios is ass. I have it in my notes. He just pressures and does nothing. He started out the fight throwing kicks and knees with 4 feet away and just screaming, trying to intimidate his opponent like they're not all UFC fighters. He just comes, pressures, open to everything, just open to counters. Opturo just countered everything. Good takedown defense. And then same shit in the second round. It was just Ricky Tercios pressuring without landing anything good and just getting countered. Just getting countered with big shots. And Alberto Montes, his boxing looked pretty good. And he locked up an anaconda choke, which he has those front headlock chokes. He has a lot of them. Anaconda's darts. But he got the anaconda early on. Ricky Tercios went for a submission. He just locked it up, and it was really, really tight. He put him to sleep quick, too. He put him to sleep very quick in this fight. So impressive from him. Nice little featherweight prospect. People were saying he wasn't that good, but he looked good this matchup, even though Ricky Tercios is ass. But good win from Alberto Montes. Next up, Cody Durden versus Niam Jargo Tumendembro. Both had nice low kicks early on. Durden kept trying to wrestle And fucking Niam Jargo kept going for gillies and stuff takedowns. And Newman Jargo had some nice ground pound. The lights went out also during this fight. But for this whole fight, it was kind of a fight I zoned out for. It was one of those boring fights. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty boring. But as you can see, the strike numbers all in Niam Jargo's favor. It was Cody Durden trying to get some takedowns landed, not really getting them. Niam Jargo like out scrambling him, getting some control time, and nothing crazy from him. Cody Durden's ass. We already knew this. Niam Jargo gets a decision. He's nothing crazy. He's a short temper. Kept hitting after the bell and like being a little baby. I don't know, but fuck him. This fight was ass. I don't care. Early prelim, Suma Durji with the fucking mismatch over Jesus Aguilar. Suma Durji, the first round, it was just him picking apart at range with the kicks and counters, and Aguilar couldn't get in the range. On any level change, Suma Durji would just counter and get top position very easily. Like if he did go for a takedown, he was getting like thrown and reversed extremely easy. Same shit round 2. Round 3, Aguilar did get on top. But nothing with it. Suma Durji got back up. So it was Suma Durji just using his different kicks, his counters. He didn't throw that much. I know it says 156, but it doesn't seem like that. Suma Durji, if he put his foot down on the gas pedal, he could have finished Jesus, because at the end of the fight, he did sit in and bang with him and almost get him out there. He did rock him. But Suma Durji, good for him. Good performance from him. It was kind of as expected. It was a big mismatch in the physical aspect. And Aguilar, whenever he comes in, he just wails like head down, head over toes, and like just literally goes like two girls fighting, bro. Like those street videos you see. Then I didn't watch these two fights. I was busy during this time. But DR Nurkers, I guess the decision win over Rafael Tobias. From what it seemed like, I was busy, but I was still able to. I had these fights on in the background. I didn't watch too much of it, but it was just like DR was able to outstrike him on the feet, stay off, like defend the takedowns because they weren't that good, and like the takedown attempts from Tobias, and then when he did get on the ground, there was nothing crazy. And that was it. I didn't really watch much of this, but two shitters, bro. It's nothing significant. Then we have Rodolfo Gelato, fucking sport. Everyone's parlay gets a decision win over Luke, or not the decision, the knockout win in the first round over Luke Fernandez. Luke Fernandez was actually looking pretty good from this. I saw him landing a lot on Rodolfo Gelato, like landing his 1-2 down the pipe a lot. But I think it was like Luke Fernandez came in or was in a clinch, and Bellato landed a left hook, dropped him, and landed some pitter-patter ground and pound. And I thought it was a little bit early stoppage, but the ref stopped. It wasn't bad. You know, Luke Fernandez was on his stomach like this, and Rodolfo just kept hammering him. So decent stoppage, but I didn't expect this. So yeah, that's my full reaction to and recap to UFC 326. Decent card. Yeah, it was kind of mid. Not gonna lie, especially the main event didn't live up to the hype. Amazing performance, but just didn't live up to hype. And tomorrow I'll be talking about the White House fights, and Monday I'll do next fights to make after this card. So see you in the next one, boys and girls.